What is going on, everyone? Welcome. Long time no see. It's been a while since we've live streamed. I think it's been over 3 weeks since we've last live streamed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the account. As you see, over 2 weeks ago that we last went ahead and streamed. So let's go ahead and see who catches us today on today's live stream. It's going to be a quick one. A lot of people have been asking me where I've been. We'll get a little bit more into that right now. But in the meantime, go ahead and check out our partner, Blofin. Down below in the description, it does help support the channel. So let me go ahead and pull out Discord right here to go ahead and start posting this onto the community. And so we could go ahead and get this up and running. Let me go ahead and pull out the stream on my mobile device to make sure we are officially live. Looks like we are. Hey Happy, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you. So let's go ahead and share this. A little late, but anyways, let's go ahead and see who joins us today. I don't think many people will go ahead and join us. It's already quite late, so I mean, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with the market. As you see in the title, we are officially doomed. I do want to go ahead and pull out this fear and greed chart and show you overall how the market has been doing. If we go ahead and take a look at the fear and greed chart right now, we are at this level of fear. And as I like to go ahead and tell everybody, obviously none of this is financial advice. This is solely for educational purposes, only in just my opinion. But typically when we start entering this fear territory is when we want to go ahead and start buying the dips on a lot of these altcoins and specifically the meme tokens. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on with the overall market. Let's start off with Bitcoin. As a lot of you know, there's a massive holiday this week for the US, which is 4th of July. So happy 4th of July for all of you. For all those wondering where I've been, where I've disappeared, I haven't been hiding under a shell or anything. I've just been really busy working. You know, we're out here working, we're out here grinding, we're out here putting in work, and we're out here buying the dip. Really, the only difference why I'm not streaming as much as I used to, one, I don't have enough time anymore. I've been working over 12 hours a day on the new position I just got, so that's been keeping me super busy. And as well, I talk a lot on my job. I'm gonna be honest, I'm talking for almost 12 hours a day. So the last thing I want to go ahead and do realistically is hop on a stream and talk. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't been streaming. But that will go ahead and change in the future. I think I should be getting back to being a little bit more active starting in September, I would say at the latest. But we should start being a little bit more active moving forward. I'm going to at least try to push for one video at least a week. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep it as that, and just slowly get back in the grind. But honestly, at this point, the market hasn't really been doing much, so that's also kind of the reason why I haven't really been pushing so much on a stream. I know everybody has been asking for one, and I really wanted to go ahead and make this to not only make it a habit to start streaming again, but also because we are in some very critical areas in crypto. So yes, you know, the title is slightly clickbait, but at the same time it's really not. And the reason why is if Bitcoin does continue to get rejected at this level, which we are right now, we are more than likely going to see a $50,000 Bitcoin, which is not going to be looking too good for the market, right? So this is definitely going to shake out a lot of the market. I've been talking to a lot of people that I do believe that we might see some sort of movement where Bitcoin does something like this, and then we start seeing a breakout coming back up to the upside. So I think Bitcoin might do something like this. So if we do go ahead and continue to lose the support of where we're at right now, our next price target is going to be at $56,000. And if we do go ahead and see $56,000 in Bitcoin, best assured we will go ahead and see $50,000 incoming, which will definitely go ahead and shake out the altcoin market, and specifically the meme tokens. As you've seen, a lot of the meme tokens have been taking a massive hit. My portfolio has been freaking down, bro. It's super red. It's just like I continue to buy the dip and it just dumps and dumps and dumps and dumps and dumps, right? So I could definitely feel the pain of what all of you are going through as well. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the positives for Bitcoin, right? Because so far right here for Bitcoin, we are at a also pretty major area of support. And as you could go ahead and see, looking at this daily chart and expanding our area of support, it's actually a pretty strong area of support. We typically have it bounce from the zone. So the positive thing about this is that if Bitcoin continues to hold this range, I would definitely like to see Bitcoin break and hold above $63,000, and our next price target will be $64,000, and this would indicate a full-on reversal for Bitcoin. So $64,000 832 is a very important area due to the fact that this is the using the fixed range volume indicator. This is our point of control, meaning there's a very strong area of resistance and support, and a lot of activity of volume is coming in at around the $64,000 range. So we are very close for Bitcoin to go ahead and start breaking out of this downtrend. I wouldn't consider this a confirmation of a downtrend breakout just yet. But I would say for me personally, I would like to go ahead and see Bitcoin break above 64,000 and hold above it before I begin to be a little bit more bullish in the market, right? So that's what we're seeing right now in Bitcoin. Now, the positive thing that we are seeing right now in the market, which is what I want to go ahead and show you, is the DXY. The DXY has actually been doing okay, but we're actually seeing the DXY right now, it looks like it's kind of holding on to this area of support. So as long as the DXY continues to go up, which is a dollar index, this is not going to be good for the crypto market, right? So if the dollar does something like this, which we are more than likely going to see, we need to see the dollar top off. And where is the top exactly? I don't know. Hopefully it's around this 106, 107 area, and then we start getting rejected down to some zone like this. So we still have a little bit more of some bleeding, in my opinion, for the market to go ahead and do. So I really want to go ahead and see what the market does moving forward. Let me go ahead and get rid of this indicator because of supposedly I have multiple indicators added, but I do not see my indicator, my damn freaking indicator, bro. So let's go ahead and use the RSI, and as you're seeing with the RSI, we are crossing. So it's definitely, if it doesn't get rejected right here in the dollar, if the dollar doesn't get rejected at the zone right here, then you know, this is not going to look too good for the market. So, but if we do get rejected and we do come down, this is going to be extremely bullish for crypto, right? So in order for me to start being a little bit more bearish on the dollar, I want to see it go below 105.2225. And then essentially that would be a very bullish indicator for the crypto market. But right now the dollar is showing strength, right? So it is not looking too good. And we do have 4th of July coming in on Thursday for the US, which means the US stock market will be close, which typically means a lot of volatility, which typically means if the market's not going to be looking good, then we are going to have a massive sell-off coming up. One thing we have noticed on the RSI, on the dollar, on the DXY, is that typically when it starts getting this overly bought or overly interested territory, it was typically when we start seeing the top. And when we get this overly sold right here at this bottom is usually when we find the bottom for the dollar. So right now the RSI is showing us that more than likely it's probably going to go up higher, right? So I'm expecting the dollar to do something like this before it comes down. So ideally, you know, we could be looking at the dollar hitting around back to this area of resistance at the 106.466, or even go as high as the 107 before we start retracing down, right? So it is not looking too good for the dollar right now. Dollar is definitely showing some strength, which is not good for the market. Now, which has been very interesting. The stock market has been doing very, very well, right? The US 100's been making new all-time highs. The stock market continues to make new all-time highs. And it just seems like crypto overall has just been lagging behind, right? So we're at the zone right here where the market's not really doing much. One thing that I did find really interesting, though, is looking at Solana. Solana today did have a nice little breakout to the upside. Now, the problem that I'm seeing right now is this right here. It does look like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It looks like Solana has now officially broken out of this downtrend. I'd be more extremely bullish if I see Solana hold and break above this $143 range up to this 152. So as long as I see Solana come down to the zone and bounce back up, I'm going to be extremely bullish on Solana, and hopefully those long positions on Solana definitely will go ahead and play off, right? Right now I am leveraged mostly on the meme tokens, I love the meme tokens. The meme tokens are the way to go, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but I am pretty loaded up on Crody, and I am looking to go ahead and continue to probably add on to this dip. I mean, literally, the dip just continues to bleed, and it continues to bleed, and I think that's what we could be expecting for the market. As you see, we could possibly even see another additional 80% retracement on this, which is not going to be looking too good for the market overall. But the meme token sector right now is taking a little bit more of a hit, and not much is going on there, right? A lot of our top tokens are taking a hit. Crody right now, it's not really doing much. It has been slowly bleeding down. I do have a strong belief in this on Crody. I know a lot of you have lost hope, but I continue to be bullish, right? And we'll just see where the bottom is. Hopefully this is the bottom, but we'll start to go ahead and see where the bottom really starts to form. Shout out to Anonymous, which is Dab Masters token. Very, very volatile right now these last couple days. And we definitely should be seeing some sort of breakout too as well for Anonymous. So I think a lot of these projects are getting ready for some sort of breakout. So I do expect some sort of formation where we go ahead and see this massive kind of consolidation of just going back and forth. And then just out of nowhere, we should be seeing that like squeeze to the upside, right? So this is what I'm expecting also for Anonymous to have. So it looks like a lot of these positions might be your time to start loading up and just dollar cost averaging. Unfortunately, we don't know where the market's going to go. If it's going to go up, if it's going to go down, if it's going to go sideways. I know all of you are here to go ahead and hear an answer, but as far for Bitcoin, it's looking okay, right? We'll definitely go ahead and get a little bit more information in the next coming days. Solana is looking extremely bullish, though. I'm not going to lie. It looks like Solana's bottom is here, and it looks like altcoin dominance might start to go ahead and rise in the next coming days. So I'm a little bit more bullish towards the altcoins as I am opposed to Bitcoin, but that could also mean that maybe we start having a little run up on the meme tokens as well, right? The meme tokens have been bleeding quite a bit, man. I mean, Andy literally has dumped quite a lot. So if you were looking for a buying entry, now this is your time. Not financial advice, but I did load up on Andy multiple times, unfortunately, and it just seems like it continues to dump. I added a nice little fat bag up here, and it has now retraced over 70%. So we'll see where this goes. This does seem like a massive head and shoulders pattern, which is not good. So hopefully this pattern doesn't happen and we start seeing this reversal on Andy. But as I mentioned, I'm still very bullish on Andy. I'm just dollar cost averaging. I'm not really looking to go ahead and sell anytime soon. I am very bullish on the base blockchain, and I do believe our next price target, as we do continue to go back up, once we do go ahead and find this bottom, I do believe it's going to be roughly about a 13x from where we're at right now, right? So Andy's looking pretty good in my opinion at the moment. And if we go ahead and take a look at Benny, Benny has also been bleeding quite a bit. I did add up to the dip on Benny, I believe it was yesterday. Dude, Benny's at some very, very low levels that we've never seen before. Like, Benny's literally at, I don't want to say we've never seen before because we have back in May, but like these are levels we were seeing back in April, right? So literally all that momentum we gained, it's like we practically lost it all, which is not too good. But we've been seeing this in the overall structure of the market, right? So Benny right now loaded up on that position as well. I think this is still looking pretty good in my opinion, but I guess time will tell. What we're practically seeing right now in the market is that we might have this kind of slow bleed where it just kind of shakes out everybody before we do have that massive breakout to the upside. Now, keep in mind, we do have the Ethereum ETFs coming up. I'm not sure if that's this week. I'm not sure if it's next week. I really don't care, to be completely honest with you. I feel like anything like that is always buy the rumor, sell the news anyways. But I do believe that excitement is going to go ahead and start coming in. And that would also probably indicate why we are probably going to be seeing a little bit more dominance towards the altcoins, right? So we'll see where things go. Time will tell. But unfortunately right now, the whole market is practically bleeding on the meme tokens. So, you know, you're probably down over 80+% on these. Looks like we did see Normie. If this is the same Normie, I'm not sure if this is it. But let's go ahead and see if this is it. No, it looks like it's not. This is a complete different Normie. But Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything's down right now at the moment. Whatever you believe in, is this is the best time, in my opinion, to go ahead and dollar cost average. And like I said, go ahead and support the channel by using my link down below. $5,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC. So go ahead and check out this exchange. You can go ahead and leverage trade all the way up to 100x, and takes less than 3 seconds to go ahead and create an account. But practically, that's pretty much it on my end when it comes to any of the TA. This was just a really quick video, as I mentioned. We'll see where things go moving forward. I'm gonna be completely honest, the market is lagging a lot by at least 3 months, right? So the market's actually delayed by at least 3 months. We haven't really been seeing much activity. We typically have some sort of DeFi summer, what people like to call it. We typically have it follow around spring, right? So typically what we've seen multiple run-ups around April. That's what we saw last year happen, where we saw a lot of the meme tokens take off April, and then it literally went all the way up to July, and that's when Bitcoin dominance began to shift. But because of the whole entire Bitcoin halving and then the Bitcoin ETF, it seems like those kind of news kind of slowly dragged Bitcoin down instead of like having it do its move. Like Bitcoin has just literally been in this range of consolidation practically for literally about now 120 days. So we're about to be where Bitcoin has just been consolidating within this range for almost about half a year. I think there's over 300 and something days in a year, and we're already approaching the 120 day of just Bitcoin just practically really doing not much, right? It's been just consolidating in this range since March, and there's a possibility it might continue, right? So it's just really one of those where it's testing a lot of people's patience to see where things go. But typically when we have movements like this, we do have a major movement to the upside. So my next price target for Bitcoin, as we do go ahead and continue to find this bottom, and I do believe this bottom is in, we should be seeing about $85,000 being our next price target. And I think this is where most interest on retail will start to go ahead and pick up, is around this $85,000 range on Bitcoin. And hopefully this is where a lot of our altcoins will also, and meme tokens will also go ahead and be pumping, right? So fingers crossed. I'm expecting the market not to really do much. I'm gonna be honest with you this week. Maybe it catches us all by surprise, but I'm really not expecting much from the market in the next 2 weeks. So I would say mid-July is where we'll probably start getting a recovery in the market and finally start to see the market stabilize quite a bit. But don't be surprised if we do continue to see more bleeding in the market, right? This is just to go ahead and shake out all the longs. I'm sure a lot of people have been losing money, and I know how frustrating it's getting, but I'm glad that I'm super busy to even realize how bad my portfolio is right now. So I would highly recommend all of you just stay super busy, man. I mean, these are the times right now where you just want to put your head down, you just want to grind it out and just make some money right now. Just focus on making some money to go ahead and deploy more capital into the market. Enjoy yourself, spend some time with friends and family, do whatever you got to do, but probably stay out of the market right now. Just dollar cost average. We'll see where things go in the coming days, but I don't expect much. As I mentioned, give it 2 weeks until we really start to see where the market shifts. But any kind of movement that I see right now, I'm not going to really take too serious. Now, I did mention Solana is something that I'm very, very, very bullish on right now. So if we do go ahead and have this completion of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, this is going to be extremely bullish for Solana, and we will be seeing Solana definitely start breaking out towards this $200 plus range. And our next price target will be roughly at around the $300, right? So the thing is that one thing that I've noticed is that typically when Solana, we have two of these things, right? We either have Solana lag behind Bitcoin, or we have Solana show more strength than Bitcoin during times in the market, right? So this could either mean two things for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is highly lagging behind Solana right now, and we are going to be seeing a major push to the upside, or Bitcoin is gonna crash from here, $50,000, and we might have this meme coin / altcoin mini season where we start to see the dominance of altcoins start to pick up, right? So either way, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm more bullish towards the altcoins and the meme tokens at the moment right now, as I am opposed to Bitcoin. But I do think that any direction that Bitcoin decides to do, I think it's still going to be positive for the altcoins, right? You might still be able to capture one last dip for many of these tokens. Like for example, like my price target for Solana is roughly around like 90, I think it's like 90 something dollars that I was looking at. Let's go ahead and put our fixed range volume indicator right here. Just to go ahead and find, not that, sorry, I meant smart money concept, just to go ahead and find our next support. But roughly I'm thinking that if Solana does get rejected right here, where we see some sort of movement that we saw prior, like we saw right here, we could go ahead and see a movement where it goes like this, it goes up to 173 and then gets just rejected all the way down to $95, and then we just see Solana consolidate like this before we see this breakout, which I also see this possibly being a thing, right? So this is kind of the reason why I'm mentioning just be very, very careful. Don't be surprised. Don't overly leverage right now. This is a probability that could happen with Solana. So we're going to go ahead and see. I mean, we have broken out of this downtrend, but I'm not going to get too confident yet, right? I want to go ahead and see a full continuation, ideally breaking above this 148 to 150, but more than likely 174 is what's really going to indicate to us that Solana is back on track to make new all-time highs, right? Because we could go ahead and see a move like this as well, where we'll have Solana within this $300 range in the next coming months. So we'll see where things go, but it's quite interesting in the market. Like I said, 4th of July is this Thursday for the US markets. It is going to be closing, and I don't expect much volatility then. But with that being said, I really do appreciate every one of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As I mentioned, this was a quick video, but go ahead and make sure to use my Blofin link down below in the description. $5,000 in sign-up bonuses, and I'll go ahead and catch up.